King of the Hill.
Hey guys, MacDo here, and I'm playing Halo 4 multi-team King of the Hill. Now this was actually a really cool game, especially way at the beginning here. I was able to get a whole bunch of kills and get to a killing spree, so that was pretty cool. It started off and it was a pretty entertaining game. Me and my teammate did not really play the objective at all, but we did rake up the kills pretty good in the game. So that was pretty fun. Yeah, besides just kind of yeah, the gameplay here, there's a couple things I was gonna mention. There's the Xbox One got unboxed, which were probably the two biggest highlights from that was the I guess HDMI cord that they're gonna include with it, and the headset was probably the two most noticeable things that they're gonna include. That if you're familiar with the Xbox 360, it didn't really have those. Or especially they didn't have the headset, so I think that's a pretty cool thing that they're going to add on to it. Power brick's still the same power brick, so just obviously looks a bit different, but it's still fairly about the same size overall. For what I've known from the release dates for them, the Xbox One hasn't been like officially announced yet, but from Amazon I know they have it on there as November 27th, or they did have it on there at one point. So that's really all I know when it's going to be released. That's my guess still. And there's a rumor that the PS4 will be released possibly in October, so a month earlier than the Xbox One. So that should be interesting to see if that actually happens, or if they end up really launching around the same time. I don't know. They've both probably made up I probably have enough pre-orders that they could launch at the same time and it wouldn't really matter too much, but it will be interesting to see how that plays out in it. That's basically it. There's a whole bunch of really good games. Now I'm getting like a long list of games that I just really want to play. One being I'm interested in the Order 1866. It looks somewhat of an interesting game. There's also Dying Light, which I think is absolutely amazing. It's a zombie survival kind of adventure game, I think. I can't quite remember what they call it. First person, I know it is, but it was quite interesting to see it. A lot of like parkour type elements and free running type elements, and you have to kind of figure out how you can get through the world of like so many of these infected zombies and stuff, and it looks quite interesting. So I might be doing some videos on that possibly later, but right now for the upcoming ones that I know about, definitely going to do Watch Dogs, and if I haven't said that enough yet, and possibly there's a few others, probably Battlefield 4 I'll try to see if I can't get going there. So that should be fun to do. Looking forward to those. And that's basically just a bit of an update right there. There's not too much else. There's quite a few of those games looked really cool. I'm really excited for the next generation, just visually, and the graphics they're looking a lot better than our previous generation. And the previous generation is just kind of like, you know, getting up to the higher graphics, but then the next generation's just completely knocking it out pretty much. But that is probably to be expected with the newer hardware and capabilities that they have now in it, so should be interesting to see how that all plays out as far as that all goes. And I did see Blacklight Retribution for the PS4. That looks really cool. It kind of makes me want to have a PS4 to just play Blacklight Retribution on it. I think it's pretty cool that you can just get the PS4 day one, install Blacklight, and just play it, and I think that's really cool that the developers are doing that for it. So that should be exciting to see. There's definitely some cool things with the PS4, and they just announced with the PS4 that they are going to you're going to be able to stream TV through it onto your PS4. That was kind of a interesting highlight, and also ties into a recording thing. There's been some things going on saying that you won't be able to hook up like an outside recording device, such as Elgato, to name one. That's what I use, and that definitely is kind of too bad. I know Xbox One, you can have a second or outside party kind of type device hooked up to it, so you can record it with Elgato. But it sounds like PS4 isn't allowing many of those things, and it sounds like part of it has to do with this TV streaming thing that the TV channels wouldn't allow, don't want Sony to be able to let that happen, where people could hook it up and do that, and for obvious reasons of pirating those type of like shows and such. But hopefully they change it, and hopefully you can eventually get another device hooked up or have a device hooked up so you can record it. That actually should be really interesting to see how that plays out, and see if there's going to be many PS4 gameplay videos up. And I hope there is, because there's a lot of cool games on it, and I hope there's someone figures out some way to be able to get it through. That'd be really cool to see. That's pretty much for all that news. There, in Halo news right now, I should mention there was just an update on it that I just got on it here. And it added 2 new armor abilities. One where you can eject from a vehicle that is about to explode, and it just automatically ejects you, which I think is pretty cool. And also the one I really got kind of excited about was the faster delay before your shield starts recharging. Now they have one that increases the rate at which your shield recharges, but not the delay before it recharges. So I decided I was just gonna put a whole bunch or try that out. So that's what I'm running in this class. I have my DMR, kind of custom skinned one, and I have the shield, the delay between shield recharge rate. I can't quite remember what it's called. And then I also had the shield recharge rate one, so I had a whole bunch of shield ones on. So it's actually really helpful. It's quite a good combination to have. And I also have the heal bubble thing that I put out there just a second ago. And that was... I didn't actually use that too much in the match, but I always kind of forget about those armor abilities, or the ones you can use, but the extra ones are really cool, the tactical and stuff. So it was a pretty cool class to run. I liked it a lot. I don't use the DMR that much, but in this game I was having a really good time with it, and it was really fun to use it again. So I don't know if they updated it or did something with that. Not quite sure if they changed up the DMR stuff, but it was really fun. And I was working with my teammate here to get this guy, so it was a pretty good game, even though we pretty much never had the hill occupied for that long. We got a couple points, but I think we were probably in last or so. We were 6th place right here. I don't really know exactly how we did all. I have the leaderboards that I might put up at the end here, but as you can see there, we didn't win, but we got a lot of kills, so it was really a fun game. That's it for now, and thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.